That's not Manana. I'm Sanju. I'm a research student in Himalayan University. Here I am discussing about the factors associated with the suicide tendency among transgender. Getting it good. Hello? Hello? So that here we are discussing about mental health issues. First is depression. It's a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. These type of different type mental health issues are very common in the transgender people as compared to the normal population. And suicide tendency is also very common among them. The reason we had this will explain later. And one of the main reasons is social exclusion and marginalization they are facing from the society. Actually, they need a compassionate behavior from the society. Next slide. For that, first we should know about transgender. Transgender is that person whose gender identity or attitude differs from their gender identity differs from the sex. They were assigned at birth. Means they are neither masculine nor feminine. For a person, his all his behaviors are controlled by his brain. Actually, why we are behaving like a man or woman? Our brain said, you are a man, so you should behave like this. The society defines some criteria for the behavior of each gender. So, in case of a transgender, case of them, their behavior is not included in these criteria. So, this makes confusion to the society. No, the previous. Actually, they need special care and attention from the society. Then here we are discussing about the effects of depression and anxiety. These people have higher mental health risks as compared to general population. More than 60% of those people are experiencing depression and suicidal tendencies. They are suffering from transphobia, suicidal thoughts, and adjustment problems, and all. Then we are discussing about the suicidal thoughts. Actually, suicide is the most tragic way to terminate one's life. If a person lost all his hopes in his life, then only he will think about terminating his life. In that way, that is the most pathetic way. Then why it will happen? Previous one. Lack of education and limited opportunities are the basic reason behind this. In India, right to education is the fundamental right of every citizen. Then why it is happening for them? In case of these type of people, a child's behavior or his character is more expressive in his adolescent time. So that means in his school time, the child expresses his character more than the schoolmates, the teachers, or the other people of the society surrounding them. First, they will look them with a confusion or complication. After that, they will humiliate these people for their behavior. Then they will harass them. So most of these people stopped their studies in school time itself. So they became undereducated. Most of them are undereducated. As a result, their job opportunities are also limited. So naturally, income is also limited. That is the reason behind this problem. Some, some depend on drugs and alcohol as a solution for their problem. Okay? They are facing the rejection from family, society, and all. Next is attempt on suicide. 30% of these type of people try suicide at least once in their life. I'm not exaggerating. 30% try suicide at least once in their life. Because the reason is the verbal and physical abuse they are facing from parents. How it happens? If a child is like this, it is recognized by his family first. At first, they will advise their kid to change his behavior. He couldn't change it because he's not purposely doing it. He is like that. He couldn't act just like that. So, then they will scold this child to change his behavior. Then they will abuse them. And finally, they will take the cruel decision. They will exclude this child from their family because at that time they're thinking about the social status or the future of their other kids, and also they will abandon this. Literally, from that time itself, the kid lives in the street, so he does not have a shelter, he does not have income. So naturally, he also have a low self-esteem. Next is self-harming nature. These type of humiliation or harassment they're facing from society. Some people, some, not everybody, some people show the nature of self-harm. That's also a mental health issue. That is the result of a mental health issue like anxiety and next is infection with HIV. Due to this lack of education and job opportunity, some of them, not everybody, some of them take sex working as their profession because it's very easy for them and earning is also good. So they will choose it as their profession. So previous one, because of the interaction with different sex partners, unprotected sex, and all this guilty sexual behavior, the possibility of infecting with HIV is very high in these type of people. Next is use of alcohol and other drugs. As I talked earlier, as a solution for these all problems, some will depend on these type of drugs and alcohol, and finally they became addicted to these drugs. Next, Next is the relationship between social support and mental health. A person's self-confidence. A person obtains his self-confidence from the support and motivation he is getting from his family and his society in his childhood. So, in case of these type of people, they are only getting humiliation and harassment from this society. So, their self-esteem is very low and they are no confident. For as a solution, we can say that if we give proper care and support to these people, they will get a better future and education. Next. Next. Next, the method I am using here is sample size is 108 transgender. Then normal sampling technique is used. Minimum 18 age 18 years. Then data gathered by self-administered personnel. Next, the social demographic factors are age, education level, monthly income, employment, sex reassignment surgery, sexual partnership status, health status. Next, Depression evaluation, center for epidemiological studies, which scales use. Next. Descriptive analysis. Yes. A second conclusion. Conclusion. Next. Yes. Then we can conclude that these people have greater rates of mental health behavior issues as compared to the general population. They're suffering from stress, anxiety, depression, suicidal tendency, etc. We can suggest some solutions for this problem. One is give proper education to this community. Then the government should create some support programs for this type of people, and uh, government should give awareness to the society. That is the major thing. Next, we should give a compassionate behavior to these people. We means the family, society, and the authority. That's all. Thank you.
Now I call upon Rajesh for Vice President Operations System Column and PM Geneva. Associate Interest, Innovative Management System for Sustainable Development through Process. Over to you.
Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. I am Rajesh, working as a Vice President Operation in India, Delhi, and managing the manufacturing business of almost 550 crore. So based on my kind of learning, curious to learn, basically I'm doing my PhD also from SSBM Geneva right now. And my topic of research is sustainable manufacturing, focus on small scale industry in Indian manufacturing sector. So this is one of the outcome of till now. It's a conceptual and research study which has been done till now. It's not a empirical or mathematical study. I'll just start with the no this yeah. So I will go like Kofi Annan, the UN General Secretary, has given a very important statement in 2001. Like biggest challenge for the new century is to sustainable development and how can make the reality for all the people who are living in this world. Next, please. I will share some of the global trend which has been just touched upon by our keynote speaker. Like if you look at it, global 50% drop in the fresh water for the people in the world. 13 out of 17 fisheries are endangered. Forests are losses equal to UK area over by year by because of acid rain. Topsoil is losing its capability, like it has been told by our keynote speaker also. This is a very critical and important slide. If you look at it, the world population, how it is going to be happen. And like our respected keynote speaker also mentioned, we had already crossed 8 billion people few days back. So critical and important trend. This is again related to the global warming. If you look at it, till 2020, the great scale, the exponential increase in the temperature was pretty less. And if you go beyond 2020 or 2030, till 21, the rate of increase in the surface temperature is very, very exponentially high. If you are not going to control the factor, soon we are going to see the disaster which we are already start seeing, whether it's a drought or whether it's a flood. Both we are going to see that. This is related to the social and economic trend, I would say. If you look at it, the fifth richest person in the world are having 82% of the global wealth. This is so much social imbalance in the world. Like first fifth person having 82% and poorest fifth having only 1.4% of the global wealth. So you can understand how much socially we are in balance, as well as economically we are in balance. These are some of the trend analysis done by WHO and UNDP. If you look at it, can you go? Next. This is very, very important slide, and You may have already started seeing it. The green line is the industrial output. Till somewhere around 22, 25, the industrial output is at peak. And now we are again start seeing the recession happening. Look at the population, it has increased to 8 billion, and because of the natural disaster, the prediction is the population is going to be down. Food crisis, we are already start seeing it. So these are the trend. If you look at the blue line, the source line was abandoned earlier, and now it is in the reverse direction. So that is the future of sustainability if you don't wake on today. As earlier also told, I'm just skipping it. So let's come to the sustainable development. There are two parts. One, everybody says like we need to meet the current requirement without hampering the future generation need. But there are second part of it, like three important factors: economic prosperity, which is today it's totally imbalance, environmental quality, as well as the social equity. So ultimately, we have to give a better life to everyone. That is the meaning. That is the understanding of sustainable development, and how we can achieve it. If you look at it, next please. This one. Yeah. So if you look at it, there are two approaches. One is the traditional approach, and second is the sustainable approach. Like traditional approach, compartment-wise thinking, where we talk about the sustainable is a process-wise thinking. Environmental and social impact addressed by staff specialist person. When we talk about environmental and social implications, consider decision maker. Means the team or leader who are sitting on the top of the organization, they have to start thinking toward the sustainability, then the organization can move. So on and so forth. So sustainable approach is considering the whole process of the organization, not in the compartment or as an individual. Next, please. And here, very, very important statement by Albert Einstein. Problem cannot be solved within the mindset that creates. So we need to start thinking differently. Then only we can solve the problem which we are having in our head right now. Next, please. And these are the few thoughts, redesigning our process approach for the system so that we can achieve the sustainable development in the organization. Next, please. Very, very important part here. If you look at it, the top line is the resources and bottom line is the impact. If you look at the resources are declining and impact is increasing, if we don't awaken today, somewhere the impact is going to cross the resources and we already start seeing it. So this is the time to get awakened and start working on sustainability. Next, please. So there are two methodology of the sustainability. One is the weak sustainability and the second is the strong sustainability. Weak, like when we are thinking society separately, environmental separately, as well as the economy separately. We have to see integrated environment, society, as well as economy. Then only we can achieve the strong sustainability. Next, please. This is a simple model for the achieving the sustainable development, like starting from environmental compliances, then the risk management, and then only we can start thinking of the sustainable development. Right now, if I talk about India, most of small and medium enterprises at the first level, they are not even to the environmental compliances level. The sustainable development or sustainable manufacturing is far, far away from them. Next, please. So here the basic approach where I came from, there is a management system like ISO 9001, 14001, OSHA 18000, total accountability. And these are the basic steps as in small scale industry, we can integrate together and come up with a simple standard which can be business excellence sustainability tasks best scope. So which will help organization to start their basic processes to build the foundation stone to grow to the sustainable. Next, please. Certain processes can be redefined in the organization. This is a simple example like solar energy input and output with a good life. And there are three level: management level, operating level, and support level process. So all the processes in the organization, we can look at it from a sustainable angle. Right now, we are looking independently for quality, independently for environment, independently for economy. So if we integrate all process together, then it will be helpful. Sustainability in the organization. Next, please. This is the simple model I try to create it like enabler. It's just an extension of a business excellence model. We try to put it an economical result as well as environmental result here so that we can achieve something. Next. Basically, these are the three factors as a process measurement indicator in our organization can use economy, environment, and ethics. Next. And this one we further elaborated like for economy, the raw material cost, legislation policy can be the driver, enabler, output, and outcome. So all three indicators has been defined can be followed by a very small, medium enterprises also. Like for the bigger organization, there are a lot of business excellence models, but for the smaller organization, the model needs to be simplified so that they can follow and grow. And this is the way we can identify the risks, different principle, what are the action needs to be taken, and what will be the outcome. And we can grow as a sustainable organization, we grow as a sustainable country, as well as sustainable world. Thank you. Any question? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we are coming to the end of the first session. I call upon the resource person for the next session. I invite Professor Dr. Dennis, Professor Rina, John Molson School of Business, Canada. So please. I also invite Dr. V. Kavana, Rao, Professor of Law, University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Belgaum. Dr. Julian R.S., Himalayan University, Arunachal Pradesh. So please keep it. Dr. Dennis. Now I call upon Dr. Minal Bhavna, Head Department of Physics, Agarwal PG College, a form of presentation. The title of the paper is Significantly Enhanced Polymer and Dielectric for Energy Storage Application. Over to you, ma'am.
Good noon, everyone, and I'm the time is such high that it is very difficult to keep the interest of the audience alive at such a position. But I am sure that these next 10 minutes we are going to definitely exchange such a things that you are also going to enjoy. And I'm thankful to the organizers to give me occasion, opportunity to share what we have learned in our last 25 years of journey of the research, what we have been doing. See, the entire world is running behind the energy demands to be fulfilled, right? And we are also looking forward through science to look to solutions that can solve the problems that are due to the energy crisis. So today I'm going to show what we have been doing in our research laboratory, the polymer nanodielectric for the energy storage applications. The next slide, please. This is a beautiful college where I work. For the last 25 years, I've been working in Agarwal PG College. It is situated in the Pink City, Jaipur, at Rajasthan, India. And next slide, please. The college has all the graduate programs and the postgraduate programs along with the PhD program. Next slide, please. This is my research group. I work in the Department of Physics and okay. Let's not get into the technical things. You may go on doing the things. This is the technical team. This is the research team I have in my department. These are the research scholars they have passed through. Dr. Ankit Kumar Gupta, Dr. Neha Garg, Ms. Paradiba, Mr. Vedanand Agarwal, their PhDs are still continuing. Dr. Rakhi, Dr. Manu, Dr. Neha, Ms. Neha, and Ms. Naman. See, why I'm discussing all that is because this is the journey how we went through coming to the solutions through the energy storage applications. When I started with my research scholars, we started with a very different problem. We started with the solutions of the materials for the solar thermal appliances. Then, while doing the research, we found that the polymeric materials are very potential to be used for the electromagnetic shielding purpose. And for that purpose, when we started our work, for shielding materials to be very effective, we found that the certain properties like the dielectric properties should be tuned enough so that they can serve as a purpose for the electromagnetic shielding. So when we tune the dielectric properties, we realize that the properties once tuned for the shielding purpose can also be used to satisfy the energy storage applications. And that is the reason that during this work, where we were working with the flexible electronics, where we were working with the fluorescent materials, with the nano materials, we started with the materials that were for the energy storage applications. If you look at the world situation, the energy crisis, meeting the devices which can satisfy the energy needs. All of us want that once we charge the battery, it works for at least a month. Not every day we need to recharge. If we have an vehicle that moves, it should at least move for 500 kilometers. Then we need to recharge it again, right? So we are looking for certain solutions like that. So if we look for that, if we look at the number of research that has been done, let's look at it. We find that a lot of interest is there on the dielectric energy storage system. And hence, if we just look at from 2000 to 2020, I've just put the slide. The number of researchers on the new innovative novel materials has just risen up. And we are also seeing one of the solution in our laboratory. Next slide, please. So I'm going to just skip all these things. I'm coming to my work because the time limit is very short. Next. Okay. Just the previous one. Okay. What we are working with the dielectric materials is within a dielectric material, whenever you apply an electric field, the charges separate to a small distance, and the amount of charge storage that you can create will give you the energy storage capacity as well as power density capacity also. Why you need power is you want the amount of energy that what you have stored through the materials should be released as fast as possible. Next slide, please. The next one. Okay. So if I look at the energy densities, I have the term epsilon and the energy density, the dielectric constant and the energy density. So in our laboratory, we could devise certain materials which could increase both of these. Next, please. Next. Okay, what we did the blending of the material. Next. I'll just skip all these because these are all details. Next one. Next. Okay. Why we took the material? We took two materials. One is PVDF. PVD have in its theta phase it's quite polar, and that was the reason we took one of that. Next one. And the other one was PMMA because it bonds very well with the PVDF. Next one. See, this is what we did. You have the materials in the ceramics which have very good dielectric constant and the linear polymers. We are to find a solution. So we combine both of this to have a linear material which has a beautiful dielectric constant and the energy storage capacity is also in retained. Next one. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next one. I'm going to run very fast with the time. Next slide, please. Okay, next. And what next one? Yes, keep that one. What we did was we blended the two polymers. One was PVDF, which was polar and ferroelectric in nature, and the other one was linear, the PMMA. And into it we fused or into it we inserted the graphene, conducting polymer graphene. Right? This is the procedure what we adopted there. Next one. So we made a lot of samples. Next. And then we went for next one. Next slide, please. Yeah. So we went for the characterization of a material, whether it really gives us very good results or not. We found from the FTIRs, yes, the material blended very well and they had a new novel properties. Next one, we go for the properties. Next. Yeah. See, the dielectric constant of a normal polymer is just 2 to 3 or maximum 10. Putting the graphene within it, blending it with the polar molecule, gave us a very, very big value of dielectric constant. It raised to 180 degree, 180 value. Next one, and the imaginary loss level very less, we came to a value of 0.8. Next, the conductivity of material also increased so well. So that gives the conclusion that we can use the material for purpose of energy storage. Next slide, please. That's all for here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I call upon previous chancellor from Kaliga University, Rajkot, Karnataka. The title of the paper is Utilizing PSO method of calculating the load limit of the car. Over to you. Please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pratin Dharmali. I am working in Abu Dhabi, right now offshore, as a senior electrical engineer, and I am pursuing this PhD from Kalinga University in electrical engineering. Now, my paper presentation topic is utilizing PSO method for calculating load limit of power system. Okay. Now, we will go through the abstract of the paper and different inertia weight, technical terms, methodology. Then we are using fast voltage stability index, particle sum optimization method. This is the methodology we will do and how it is going to be implemented on the different power system. We'll have a result and discussion session, and in the end, we will conclude the session. Okay, now, why did I choose this voltage limit using PSO method? As a layman term, you can see that you have various electrical appliances in your house, in your home. It can be anything. You have a ceiling fan, you have a incandescent lamp, you have a television, and it is all having the voltages. Okay, like in the domestic application, you have a 220 volts, which is coming into your house. Now imagine that over a period of time, you are increasing from the lamps or television sets or the ceiling fans, the load will continue to be increased. Eventually, what will happen at some point of time, your fuse will be blown. Why it will be blown off? You are not having a normal voltage, which used to be which is required to run your appliances. Okay, now imagine it's a big grid, industrial application. The power is flowing in a big quantity. Now where I'm coming from Edna offshore. There I work. Okay, now yeah. Okay, now I'm coming from Edna offshore. Now demand is 1 million barrel per day. Okay, I'm audible now. So demand is 1 million barrel per day, and cost of oil today is how much? It's hovering around 97 to $100. So imagine that we have a plant with a power generation capacity of 80 megawatt, and suddenly due to voltages or demand, it collapses. Grid collapses, production loss. Now multiply this figure: 1 million barrel multiplied by $100 million is the loss. Okay, it's just an example. Okay, so how do we overcome it? We have different applications, approaches, and calculations. Okay, how to avoid this power collapse in the grid. Okay, now blackout should be avoided at all costs, especially in the industrial settings where losses can occur. The goal of this study is to determine the maximum load capacity of the each bus before it collapses. Next. 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 Yeah. Now you can see this is the figure. Now this is typical 50 MVA transformer. You can see the white box. Okay, what is this? The purpose of this white box? It is used to regulate the voltage. For example, if the power demand is very huge, okay, and you want to control the voltage from plus or minus 5% to maintain the stability on the grid, we use this. Okay, this is just for illustration purpose. Now, this is the different inertia weight strategies. Yeah. Now, these are the different inertia weight strategies for the particle swarm optimization method, which uses algorithm in the background for the application. Now, experiment shows that inertia weights ranging from 0.9 to zero point 0.4 produce outstanding results. It was tried successfully on the urban planning challenge. What does it mean? Urban planning challenge means you the infrastructure developments. No? They will forecast what will be the power demand in next 5 years, next 20 years, next 25 years. Okay, and what are the challenges they will foresee for a period of time? There will be need to improve the infrastructure. Okay, and with the new technologies, artificial intelligence, we can do that. Next slide, please. Now, IEEE, they came up with a typical 6 bus and 30 bus system. Okay, now IEEE bus system is used in this project because IEEE bus system power flow data is accurate. It is utilized as a test bus. Now in this figure, you can see the 6 bus system and we have an infinite generation at the each bus. Consider this G symbol which is used here. You can see this is a generator. It symbolizes generator and all these vertical lines and horizontal lines, these are all interconnected. This, you can say that these are the power cables or transmission lines. It is typical system. Next slide, please. Yeah, now this is around 30 bus system. You can see the various generations of voltages at various levels, and these are all interconnected. It's like a fan. Yeah. I'm just I'll go to the. So this particle swarm optimization is a reversionary method which is used in this study. So in IEEE 6 bus system and 30 bus system, we are used ETAP, MATLAB software. These are all running in the background. Okay, these are all application software. How we overcome? We input this data into the system, and it will give you the maximum capacity of the bus which we need. Now, this is the iterations matter, iteration 0 and iteration 1 with the particle swarm. You can see that here all these particles are haphazardly overcome. When we use the iteration method with particle swarm for a period of time, it will iterate, and then it will give you the best optimal result. Okay, this is the flow chart which is used in the algorithms. Now, this is the result, what we come. Now, you can see that the earlier, which I shown you, the 6 bus system. Can you go to the next slide? Next, 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 next. Yeah. This is the final result when we input all these parameters into the 6 bus system. You can see the bus numbers, what is the load in megawatt, and what is the stability index we are getting. Now at bus number 3, you can see the load is maximum 136 megawatt, and this stability index is 0.9. Means this is the strongest bus. And at bus number 5, that is the weakest bus. Okay, and same is depicted to the bar chart. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, I'll jump to the conclusion. Now, despite being a part of system, each bus has its own load restriction. The stability index value is the same way. The maximum load limit is not always determined by the latest FPSI value. Buses with an FPSI rating close to 1 are considered weak. With FPSI values, the fast voltage stability index ranging from 0.89 to 0.98 respectively. Bus 3 and bus 15 are the weakest bus in the 6 bus and 30 bus system. And as I said earlier, the maximum limit for the 6 bus system is 136 megawatt. Okay, so this approach with the particle swarm optimization with the simulation and annealing, this is the fast moving technology, and nowadays in all the power system software, this technology is being used to determine so that the grids are stable, voltage is stable, everything is stable. I will conclude my statement with the statement from Energy Ministry of UAE, His Highness Dr. Sultan Al Jaber. His statement is nowadays world needs maximum energy with minimum emissions. Okay, so we have to work upon it continuously to maximize our productivity, maximum efficiency, reliability, focus on the other technologies where we can get this energy with less emissions. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. going on the women and entrepreneurship in India, building their capability. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And by the way, for presentation, please, seeking your attention, energy, sustainable energy. I don't want to make it sensational. It's just the paper, research paper, not a journalist article. So let's start the presentation. And please allow me 9 minutes to present this. You may intervene when we move forward. So, can you go to the first slide, please? So the title of my paper is Women Entrepreneurs in India and Building Their Capabilities. Next slide, please. And this comes after a research which was carried out before, and as an outcome of the hypothesis generated out of a background research which was done before. So the research outcome of the previous research is on the screen, please. There are societal barriers to women as entrepreneurs, and there are a lot of problems which women are facing, not just in India, across the globe. And it's particularly of concern because women are a segment which is spoken of a lot, but acted on least. So when we are talking about gender assimilation and when we are talking about gender segmental focus of women as a segment, both in trade as well as otherwise, a lot of work is still pending. That is, we are still maybe 217 years away, as research points to. So the background in which I'm presenting my paper is
गिरीश सर को बोल देना गिरीश सर को बोल देना अगर आई एम इक्विपमेंट समथिंग गिरीश सर को बोल देना मैं बोलूं गिरीश सर सुरेंद्र सर एम एन साइनी और ए मैडम मीनल मैम उनका थोड़ा फेलिसिटेशन कर लेना ये मैं आपको चलिए प्रोसेस करिए प्रोसेस ठीक है तो